Welcome to Chat with Karen. We're going to talk about various topics and I want to share with you some of my life knowledge. Hello, how is everybody today? I'm not trying to offend anybody. This is just, some people may not think about this. Some people might think about it. You may have been taught this growing up. It's just something that I thought of while I was sitting here watching my channels on YouTube and doing my mending. So it's something that I thought that I would share with you all because everybody knows how crazy this world is getting today. We've got food prices going through the roof. We've got gas prices going through the roof. It's just insane. It really is. And so I know if you're like me, you're trying to get every bit of money out of your products, whether it be food or whatnot. And what I want to talk to you today about is your clothing. Because, a lot of people, when I talk to about this subject, they're like, oh, well, I'll just get rid of it and go get a new one. And I'm thinking, this day and age, you can't afford to do that. You've got to save every bit of money that you've got possibly to put to buy groceries. So I don't know about you all, but we spend a whole lot of money on groceries. It's crazy. Well, I used to be able to go and stock up for us for a month for about $150. That's long gone. You can't get barely anything for $150 unless you're shopping at the Dollar Tree and or the dollar aisle in like Dollar General or Family Dollar, because otherwise you ain't getting a whole lot for nothing. So, but what I want to share with you today is not only what I say, especially when you have kids, they get holes in their clothes, okay? And so what you want to do is just mend them. And even, adults get holes in their clothes. Like my husband, Lord forbid, he brand new pair of shorts, just bought them. And he got them caught and ended up getting a hole in them. So it happens, instead of, we didn't go out and buy another pair of shorts, well, we just sewed it up, fix that little hole and be done with it and go on. Except for that wasn't a little hole, it was kind of a big one, but, lucky enough it was right by the seam, and so we were able to sew it up and you can't even tell. Just like the blind, you see the blinds that we have. The dog, 4th of July, we're all outside, the dog got in the window and tore the blind. Well, I don't have the money to be replacing blinds, especially for the dog to be tearing them up. So what did I do? I got a bunch of thread. I picked out a thread that's closely matches to it, and I sewed that sucker right on up. So, but yeah, another thing I wanted to share with you, especially with your kids, because they're great for doing this. Well, let's see, what did I do with it? Oh, yeah. When they have pants like this, even jeans, okay? It could be these stretchy pants, it could be jeans. When they get a large hole like this, instead of trying to sew it up, just cut them off, especially in the summertime. Now, if it's wintertime, you want to sew it up. But if it's summertime, cut them off. If they're worn out and it's not going to hold, cut them off and make them into shorts. And just fold it over like this. This is what I did. I folded it over twice. And then I'll just sew it so that it'll make, a hem. So, and if you've never sewn before, what you want to do is you want to tie your knot, and I'll have a different video on how to do all that if you're interested. If you are, let me know in the comments, and I will definitely do that video. But when you sew, just sew it up, and that way they'll have more usage out of it, because now they've got a pair of shorts, whether they wear it outside to play in during the summertime, or they wear it to bed at nighttime, or they wear it underneath their dresses, because we have a 9-year-old, and as much as we try to get her to be ladylike, we like her to have a pair of shorts on underneath her dresses. So that is what uh, I've been doing. I just sewed up her shirt because I don't know what it is about Walmart shirts. They seem to right there at the seam come undone. So that's what I've been doing. Getting this, you know, getting the thread, hello, and just sewing them up. And that way we keep our clothes and make it last a little longer. Now, the pieces that you cut off, okay, you want to save. Don't get rid of them, okay? What you can do is you can cut them up and make rags for cleaning, rags for like if you run out of toilet paper, you can use them. Even if like for say you run out of paper towels and you need, you know, something to soak up the grease, they're perfect for it. Lay it down on a plate and put your stuff on it. And even the clothes that they outgrow, don't get rid of it, especially like jeans and stuff. Anything that's thick and heavy like that, you can cut into squares and make a patch, quilt, blanket, or whatever. So there's a lot of uses that you can use for your clothes to get your money's worth out of them. Now, I know a lot of people talk about, you know, the prepping channels I've watched, they talk about stocking up more food and things like that, but I wanted to share with you about some of the things my mama did when we were younger with our clothes, because I think that it's kind of fallen by the wayside how you can reuse the clothes that you've worn. You know, if you've got a shirt, you know, that's maybe you just don't wear anymore. T-shirts are great for using like on the top side of a blanket or the bottom side of a blanket. Even sheets, old sheets that you don't use, those flat ones, you can turn them into a blanket. Get some stuffing, lay it down in between, and stitch it on up, and you've got a nice blanket out of it. So don't think that you can't reuse, you know, your fabric stuff like that. You know, it used to be it was cheaper to make clothes, and then fabric got really expensive, and it was cheaper to buy clothes. Well, with everything going on this day and age, I think it's going to end up going back to being cheaper to make clothes. So to get the most out of your money, okay, so I decided to change the stitch on the shorts, and because I didn't have the color to actually match the shorts, so I made it really small. I don't know if you can see that. To see, you can see it a little bit, but it's smaller so that it's not as noticeable as when she wears it and stuff. Um, so that's what I did. Now I don't know about you older folks. I'm getting up there in age, and it's harder to hold things to sew. So I started using a cross stitch. This is a 6 inch, and I really love it because it helps me hold it in place to where I can work it better with my fingers. Because I've noticed the older I get, my hands cramp up and it gets harder to hold things. So this is a little cool tool that I use that I wanted to share with you all. So, but I use a cross, it's like, I guess it's a cross over stitch where you go through and you wrap it around and pull it through. I don't know what it's really called. I just know how I do it. So I'm not an expert at sewing. Don't claim to be. Um, it's just something that my mom taught me and I learned in home ec. Um, but yeah, my mom, my aunts taught me a lot about sewing. So I just don't keep up with all the names and stuff of the different type of stitches. So, but yeah, that's just something I wanted to share with you. So that way y'all have an idea. Um, so, but that's what it is. It takes a little time, um, but I think it's going to be worth it in the long run. I'm almost done with this leg. So, and I'm just sitting here watching TV and doing it. Like I said, I'm watching my YouTube channels and sewing away. So it it's like a daily, not really a daily thing. I try to do it like once a week, with whatever to keep up with it. Especially since Rosie's good at getting holes in stuff, and especially her stuffed animals. You know, the dog gets a hold of them because she leaves them out, and then they end up holes in them. So I sew up the holes as best as possible. I'll show you. This poor dog, as you can see, I've sewed him up several times. And here, look, there's a thread that I used the last time I sewed him up, and the dog just gets in there and tears it up, so I'll have to re-sew it back up. So, but yeah, but she has fun with it. It's one of her favorite things, so we run with it. So I just wanted to give you these tips. So, like I said, I'm not out to offend anybody. I'm just out to try to be, helpful. You know, you may know this and you may not. Well, I hope you all have a great and wonderful day. Please be blessed, and just have a great time in this crazy world we're living in. So, if there's any other type of ideas that you have that you would like me to do, just let me know, and I will be more than glad to, if I have the knowledge, share it with you. I am a grandma. I've had kids. I've got grandkids. I've got one living with me. So, yeah, I try to make our money go as far as possible, and that's what it is. Other than that, you have a great, wonderful day. I'm out. See ya.